In the vibrant neighborhoods of Accra, where music flowed through churches, streets, and gatherings, lived a young woman named Carla, whose love for singing had always been deeply personal, shaped not by applause, but by the quiet moments where her voice became her most honest form of expression. Despite her passion, Carla's voice did not fit the polished expectations of those around her, as it carried a raw, textured quality that others struggled to understand. And within her church choir and community, her attempts to sing were often met with subtle mockery, leaving her to question whether the gift she felt so strongly was something she should hide rather than share. One afternoon during rehearsal, as the choir practiced for an upcoming event, Carla stepped forward to sing a portion of the song she had been working on. But before she could complete her verse, a voice from the group interrupted with dismissive certainty. "Carla, maybe you should let someone else handle this part, because your voice does not really blend," one singer said, prompting a few others to exchange looks that carried quiet agreement. While another added with a tone that attempted to soften the impact, but failed to hide its meaning, "We just want the performance to sound good. And you know this part requires a certain type of voice." Carla stood still, her confidence shaken, as the room that was meant to uplift her became a space where she felt exposed. And although she nodded and stepped back without argument, the weight of those words followed her long after the rehearsal ended. Later that evening, sitting alone, she spoke quietly, her voice carrying both doubt and hope as she turned to prayer. "God, if this is really something you gave me, then help me understand why it feels like I am not good enough," she said. Days passed, and while the criticism lingered, something within her refused to let go of the desire to sing, even if it meant doing so away from the voices that had discouraged her. And it was during one of those private moments that an unexpected opportunity emerged, as a community event organizer who had overheard her singing invited her to perform at an upcoming public gathering. At first, she hesitated, the memory of rejection echoing louder than the possibility of acceptance. "I do not think I am the right person for this," she said softly. The organizer looked at her with certainty and replied, "Sometimes the voices people reject are the ones others need to hear the most." The day of the event arrived, and as Carla stood behind the stage, her heart raced with uncertainty, her mind filled with the voices that had once told her she did not belong. Yet something deeper within her pushed her forward, reminding her of why she had started singing in the first place. When she stepped onto the stage, the crowd quieted, their expectations shaped by what they were used to hearing. And as she began to sing, her voice carried the same raw emotion that had once been criticized. Yet this time, it reached beyond technical perfection, connecting deeply with those who listened. As the performance continued, the atmosphere shifted, as the very qualities that had been dismissed became the reason her voice stood out, drawing people into a moment that felt real and powerful, until the final note faded and silence was replaced by overwhelming applause. Among those watching were the same individuals who had once questioned her, their expressions no longer shaped by doubt, but by realization as they witnessed the impact of what they had failed to see. After the performance, one of the choir members approached her, their tone noticeably different. "We did not understand your voice before, but now we see what it carries," they admitted. Carla listened, then responded with calm confidence. "My voice was never meant to sound like everyone else. It was meant to be what it is," she said. In the end, what had once been mocked became her strength, proving that rejection does not determine value, and that sometimes the very thing the world misunderstands is the thing it needs the most, showing that when purpose is embraced with faith and courage, even the most unlikely voice can rise and be heard.